by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Smile, 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 smile. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds and the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, 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 smile. I can ride on the wings of the morning. I can fly to the ends of the sea. I can hide in the sands of forever, but you will keep following me. I can laugh from my ivory tower, making plans for how great I shall be. I can sleep in my dreams of the future. Even there you'll be speaking to me. I can't run away, I can't hide away, I can't find a way from you. You have the words of life, see me and know my heart. Help me to stay and live closer to you. I could fall to the land of the dying, but your love would be bound to pursue. could hide until darkness surrounds me, but the night could not hide me from you. I can't run away, I can't hide away, I can't find a way from you. You have the words of life, see me and know my heart. Help me to stay and live closer to you. Ride on the wings of the morning. I can fly to the ends of the sea. I can hide in the sands of forever, but you will keep following me. I can't run away, I can't hide away, I can't find a way from you. You have the words of life, see me and know my heart. Help me to stay and live closer to you. I can't run away, I can't hide away, I can't find a way from you. You have the words of life, see me and know my heart. Help me to stay and live closer to you. Closer to you. Words don't seem to happen, the music never comes, the story can't be spoken to speak what you have done. No, I can't believe you know me and love me just the same. Your light cuts through my darkness and I'm reaching for the flame. Never let me go, hold me in your love, surround me by your strength in all I do. Oh, let my heart be true, never let me go, I surrender to your fire. I see the power burning in your name, and I'm reaching out my hand to touch the flame. See the hand that holds creation and speaks by sacrifice, how you suffered for the universe and paid the final price. all my failures and my weakness, secrets and the shame. By your fire purified, and I reach to touch the flame. Never let me go, hold me in your love, surround me by your strength in all I do. Oh, let my heart be true, never let me go, I surrender to your fire. I see the power burning in your name, and I'm reaching out my hand to touch the flame. No, never let me go, I surrender to your fire. I see the power burning in your name, and I'm reaching out my hand to touch the flame. Hold me in your love. King of kings, Majesty, God of heaven, living in me, gentle Savior, closest friend, strong deliverer, beginning and end, all within me cries out in praise, your majesty. I can but bow, I lay my all before you now. In royal robes I don't deserve, I live to sing us a song. You're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. I hope you are. And you've got us feeling. They all said, all right. Thank you very much. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man, he's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, where we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. Gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. Oh, he said, John, I believe this is killing me. As the smile ran away from his face. Oh, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Now, Paul, he's a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. They're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Pretty good crowd for a Sunday. Thank you to the assembled, gathered throng all over the country, all over the province, indeed, of Belfast. In the province, we have them in Belfast Hospital. We have them all over the country, and we are very, very much welcome you all here tonight, to have a lovely evening, lovely couple of hours with our very special guest in tonight, the best-selling author and raconteur
and friend,
generally nice guy,
and friend,
and he's become a friend, which is very rare. I don't have many friends, so it's actually rather nice. And so, Chris, ladies and gentlemen, he's here in the corner. Here he is. Can you give him give him a?
Good evening to you all.
Oh, there he is.
Good
Can
evening.
you flick him over?
I can flick him over.
There he is. Look over there. And there he is.
Hello.
There he is.
Back again.
And he's back again. Yes, I know. Like a bad penny. And but we're really interested in talking to you about your life and further adventures in Chris Land, because that's what it is for you. It's Chris Land, isn't it? Really.
It is Chris Land.
It's Chris Land.
Yep.
And inhabitants 1, and and that's you. Anyway. Over to Sue, back to Sue. She's on the cameras tonight.
Hang on.
And Rachel is feeling a little bit worse for wear
She's
still.
a bit less than.
Yes, she's got vertigo still, and it's not working very well for her, so she may be lying on the bed.
Can I just say, she's had a very busy week.
Oh, I tell you.
Oh, it's been so exciting. You know, I was on duty last week because Rachel was elsewhere with another man. Another man who trumped JV. I can't imagine.
And it wasn't Trump.
I can't imagine who trumped JV, but it was the King. The King Charles.
And
not,
it wasn't an Elvis
not the King
impersonator.
Elvis, not the King
No, it
Elvis,
wasn't
but
there.
the King
It
Charles.
wasn't.
And he was visiting Barrow.
Can I just, and there's a big question, isn't there? First of all, because they've got Portobello, and now has royal status.
That's right, royal status of the Royal Port of Barrow.
The Royal Port of Barrow.
That's what he was there to
all
do.
All you've got to do is building submarines, and there you have it.
She's there for dealing with all the technical stuff for his 18 minutes that he was there.
18 minutes.
18 minutes.
It's longer. You see, I give longer than that, Sue, and I'm
do?
not the king, am I?
No.
I mean, I'm very, very important. Do you know how important I am?
I do.
Tell me how important I am, Sue.
This important.
How big is that?
Oh,
that's
so
only
important.
one arm. Go. You have to do them both. There we are. You can't. There we are. That wide. So wide you can't get round him. That's it. I'm that important.
That important.
Anyway, so we missed her, and then she's not feeling well again, so she may well be lying on the bed.
Being a trooper that she is, she's helped us get set up, so I'm very grateful for that.
We're very grateful for
That's
that.
Good.
And we're here for a lovely evening of nonsense and fun and spiritual songs and encouragement and building you up. A little bit of reflection. Who knows? I have no idea what I'm going to say yet, but I'm militant as ever.
You know, we have a list. It is the work of fiction. The list last week was completed from top to bottom.
It was,
because he had to do it because there were all these other students that were here.
Because all these students came in.
Yeah.
And could you write in and tell me what you felt about that tonight? Tell me what you felt on Facebook tonight about last week's delve into student land. It was lovely to have so many young people in the room, which we haven't had since it began.
No.
And it was wonderful. We always have older people in, but I love having younger people in. We've got another student coming in at another point called Benny, and he's the singer-songwriter. And I just wanted to give him a shot. He's just doing a little set here for us. So that's going to be fun. And he's from the university as well. And that's, I don't know, I can't remember when that is, Sue, but
I'll tell them all later.
I'll tell them all later. But he's coming in. So we've got some really good guests coming up. I spent a long time planning all this stuff for you lot. So you better be there. And don't please tell me.
They're very grateful.
People say, oh, don't worry, I can't watch till tomorrow. I'm doing the ironing or I don't know, whatever. I don't want to hear about that. Just turn up, sit in here. Now, of course, those in Belfast, he's in hospital, doesn't have any choice. So he's in the bed and he's watching it now with his friend. And I'm going to just say what his friend's name is. Oh, no, phone's gone off, of course. And here it is, Steve. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, yes, here it is. Including your dedication, a dear man from Ballinderry Church, where he sang. He's Robert Yar, and he's the church organist there and has been for an astonishing 50 years.
Wow.
He's in hospital with him in Belfast with post-surgical infection, which is not a lot of...
No,
sorry about
not
that,
much
Robert.
Fun.
I have to say I'm so sorry about this, and I am deeply sorry for all of you, but I had to say I had to get my Belfast out there right away and get it out of the way. So, I think, where were we? It was somewhere like, it's a pretty good crowd.
It is.
For a Sunday.
It is.
I did ask you how you were.
Oh, no, that's fine. Keep going.
And the manager, she gives me a smile. 'Cause she knows it's me. They've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano, it sounds like a carnival. And the microphone, it smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar. I say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Keys die away. Welcome yet another JV live from the Steinway room. And actually, I think what I'd like to do now is do the song that I hope we remember, all of us remember. It's Sue put it in here. I don't even know what she has. You've got a friend, you haven't put it in there. I hope I can remember it. Well, actually, I don't, but never mind. When down and troubled, and you need some love and care, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me. Thank you. And soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, 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 winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together now and call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking at your door. Sing it with me now, come on everybody, all over the country. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, 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 winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name. All the choir from all over the country, remember this? See if you recognize yourself. To see you again. Definitely, I heard people all over the country. I recognize you. I can hear it now. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend, oh darling. You've got a friend, my sweet darling. You've got a friend, my darling. You've got a friend. Right, just go talk amongst yourselves while the musicians play.
Everybody dance.
Oh, together. You got a friend. You've 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 got a friend. yes. Happy days, eh, Sue? Remember those days?
Oh, I think they're very happy days, yes.
Remember those days?
Oh, yeah, I remember those days very well.
What do you remember of those days, Susan Ann?
Well, those particular days were not happy, of course. We were all very fed up with being in lockdown and not seeing anyone. But then Sunday evenings were a joy, actually.
They were hard work. We fought like cat and dog, didn't we?
Once we got past the row, the required row at 10 to 8.
Every week was exactly the same. Those of you who come in to the show, who've done interviews here, know exactly what goes on. The Pinnocks, they've come back from Switzerland. They came in and he said, I had no idea such organised chaos went on. Actually, today has been quite
calm.
We've been quite nice, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been in different rooms, that's why.
Yeah, yes, that's right. We've been not together. It's the best way, we always find. Before you come together, stay apart.
Yes,
That's absence makes the heart grow fonder. Get absence. That was the old Steve Turner poem, wasn't it?
Love it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Get absence. Right, that's it. But I remember the days because they were hard days, and it's in days of testing. It's when the metal of people are really found. Yeah. When you burn away all the rubbish, they became like, I think if I could put it like this, they became eternal snow days. Snow days. You know what I mean by snow days?
Yeah,
you go out in the
days.
snow, and neighbours that never talk to you. People in shops who would never say boo to a girl. They say, oh, it's so, they're dragging their sleighs behind them with all their supplies, their milk and bread. And could you get any? Oh, I couldn't get any. Snowball fights, children playing in, and there was an atmosphere that though there was fear at the beginning, then there was...
when you went out for your statutory walk,
yes,
you'd start talking to people that you'd never seen
Can you
before.
believe the rubbish they told us in these days? I still can't even now. The hour. Do you remember the hour? You're at, if it was 1 hour and 5, I always wanted to go, so what is it about 1 hour and 5 minutes then? Well, no, it must be an hour. Have you had your 1 hour? No, I'm still on the hour. Yeah, we saw you here 2 days ago. I'm still on that hour. I haven't moved.
Hour.
It's still on that same hour. But we passed people, wouldn't we? We passed people and we go, hello! Like this.
And have conversations with people that we'd never seen before. Never seen since, actually.
No. But deep conversations too.
Yeah.
It opened the gate to when people are at threat, times of war, times of extremity, it opens the gate to people chatting to each other. And I remember that. So this song came out of that when we started saying, look, those of you who don't know how this started, you've got a friend here. We were going through kidney rubbish at that time, and I was getting worse and worse. And if you look back on those days, you can see my colour, my kidney colour.
You got very grey, didn't you?
Very grey. And so anyway, this song came out of that. And if you remember the video, you can go and look at it anytime on YouTube. Just put "You've Got a Friend," Jonathan Veira, and you. In fact, if you go on the channel, on the JV channel, we should love you to like, subscribe, and tick like and subscribe. And we'd love to see some more members on here tonight. Do it now. I'm going to take you to find it now, and just go and tick like, subscribe. Okay. And when you subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. It just means that you're immediately notified when there's another Jonathan Veira event, or when there's another video that comes out, or anything else that comes out. There are so many videos on there now, hundreds literally, of videos, films, things, music videos that we've made, that Rachel has made, that I've made with Nick, interviews, lots of nonsense, lots of really good stuff. And lots of interviews with Chris, actually, with Chris Winn on the first, so you can go and watch those as well. And lots of interviews with people like Graham Kendrick, and people, if you want to watch those back again. Great interviews with Paul Field, Cindy Kent, Pam Rhodes. It just went on that we on through Zoom. So those were the days when I sing that song. I can't not think of it. And Mark recording this with us in the studio, and that whole vibe of making all those people recorded, getting all of them from all over the country with their little devices, Chris. They just sung. That's what the choir was. That's what I was saying. Can you hear them? You can see them on YouTube doing it. Very moving moments, and it's good to remember, people. It's good to look back and remember,
and be grateful,
and be grateful. What was that? Sounds very northern, Sue. Suddenly you said, and be grateful. Of course, we've been up in Manchester, Charles, you see,
And
right
Scotland.
up there in the mills,
And I've been chatting
towns.
to Rachel.
And we were chatting to Rachel, you see, and that's right. And when you've been, I wonder if the king said, right, hello, everybody, hello.
Hello.
I wonder if he said that when he went up there. He went, right, because he came out of the car and said, right, I suppose I got to speak I suppose I got to speak Northern now. Otherwise, he went, so he said, hello, everybody, hello. And Barrow, I mean, think of that, Sue. The king went to Barrow.
The king.
It's going to be a massive thing.
He must have thought this was a very long road.
Oh, no, long road. They said, does this go anywhere? No, Your Majesty. This is the longest cul-de-sac in the world, leading to Barrow and Furness. But apparently, it's a boomtown now.
Oh.
Yeah. What's that?
She said.
What's that?
He didn't even speak at the town hall.
He didn't speak.
After all that, he was there for 18 minutes, but he just waved.
He didn't speak.
No, just didn't.
What's the point of that?
He was obviously struck silent.
Mind
by the
you,
joy.
it will give the town.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It will give the town a real kind of
lovely.
boost. It means
They've
maybe
got-
Marks
they've
and
got
Spencer's will
pictures
go
of
back there again.
Pictures of the king outside the town hall now.
Do you think Marks and Spencer's will go back now?
Oh, possibly.
I think it will
As
be.
they're now, Portobello.
And they might ban. It'll be upsetting for Rachel because they're going to ban Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's. I don't know what she's going to live on. I have no idea.
Right, where are we going
Right,
next?
where are we going to go next? I think actually, while we're here, listen, people, that was a happy song. I mean, it's a very happy song. But you know, I love the melancholy stuff. And looking out in the garden, Chris came today. Chris will talk about this later. I was wanting to cut the grass, you see, and it's poured down with rain. It was dry for literally weeks, and it suddenly opened up, and the ground is soaking wet now. But the leaves on my trees are starting to blow down, and the October winds are coming. Our son was born on October the 29th, and just before the great winds that made Seven Oaks one oak. 87, I think it was, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So he'll be 38 this year. Our child, firstborn, will be 38. But it was during autumn. We remember it. We moved in December to come into this house all those years ago, nearly 38 years ago. And whenever I see this time, I love driving down the A31 in particular. It's a very quiet road, and it leads to Winchester, etc., and to the M3. But we drive down the road. I just love this time because you start to see the leaves change. And all the way along, it's like a palette of beautiful golden colours mixed with the dying of the season. And, well, Autumn Leaves for me is one of those songs that always touches really. Oh, right. And this with the beautiful playing of Mark Edwards, Arnie Sauvagy, and Daniel E. Beckett. Beautiful piece of jazz, this. The falling leaves drift by my window. The falling leaves are red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, you. When autumn leaves start to fall.
since you went away. The days grow long, and soon I hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, you. When the autumn leaves start to Thank you, Mr. Mark Edwards, Arnie Sovergy, and Darren E. Beckett for that beautiful, beautiful rendition. And that's on Lockdown Sessions 1. That's the first thing we recorded, you know, when we went into the album, the studio to do those. And we came out. I never get bored of telling this story. Came out and it was like we looked at each other and went, I think that was it. And it was one of the only ones. After that, we did a number of takes, but that was the take. Mm-hmm. And who was that for, by the way?
Which one?
Awesome Leaves.
It wasn't. It was for you. You wanted
that was for me.
One.
Yeah, I wanted it, didn't I? Mm. And I'm only going to do this one. Now I'm going to do this on the piano, so just so we're clear. This one.
This is the
God on High.
Yes, and this is for a few people. This is for P and Rachel. P and Rachel, because they are 34 years old today. Their marriage is 34 years old today, so congratulations. But particularly because P has come home. So this is to celebrate.
Great news.
P has come out of hospital and is back home, where he is being very well looked after by Rachel. And also, we are dedicating this to other people celebrating their anniversary. We've had lots of wonderful events and sad events through this community over the years. And I think actually that Helen and Martin are our only wedding that we've had since we've been going. So congratulations, Helen and Martin. You are 1 year old today. Your marriage is 1 year old today. Excellent. So congratulations. And it's also for you because I think probably Martin is on his way home from work.
God on high, hear my breath, in my need. You have always been there. Afraid, let him rest, heaven bless, bring him home, bring him home. Bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly. On and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home.
That was lovely. Yes, they all enjoyed that very much. So thank you.
Now I'm going to do
Now you're going to do.
this song now. This is for the Belfast troupe, we'll call it that, and for David, so for
Yes.
Steve,
For
for
Steve,
Robert,
for Robert, and for David
for
Clegg.
Davy Clegg, who for weeks we've promised to do this,
Yes.
and each time we've forgotten, or last week
Well,
wasn't
last week
appropriate,
wasn't appropriate, and the week before,
or week before
wasn't
was,
appropriate.
was
so
technically disastrous, and so it was we were trying to just survive. Anyway, and here it goes, and I think you'll know this one, and I think actually. The thing is that Steve, who I would ask you all to pray for, you pray for Robert as well in hospital, but he has just had a very difficult diagnosis, and treatment plans are being planned and all the rest of it. But he's there on his own, and it's hard. His sister's visiting him, but he could do with your prayers. And his name's Steve. That's all you need to know in Belfast, all right? And so really... For you, Steve, we send you this with big love, and the God of comfort bring you comfort tonight, and both of you in that place. I hope they're both listening. You quoted this when you wrote to me. God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth living just because he lives. How sweet to hold
a newborn baby, and feel the pride and joy he gives. But greater still, the calm assurance this child can face uncertain days because he lives. Sing it with me. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth living just because he lives. And then one day I'll cross the river, I'll fight life's final war with pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the light of glory, and I know he lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. And life is worth the living just because he lives. Because I know he holds the future. Life is worth the living just because he lives. Goodness, that's an old song, isn't it?
Yeah, people enjoyed that very much. Found it very comforting, very helpful, I think.
And very big.
Big.
I did
Yes,
big.
you did big. Lots of flourishes.
Now, there's a couple of songs I want to do. One of them is this song. It's a song that I've never done it, I don't think. Or maybe I have, can't remember now. But this is Apposite. We live in difficult times, folks. There's no other way of putting this. We live in difficult times, challenging times. And it's funny, there was I don't know whether anybody saw this, but there was a declaration that Jesus was going to return on Tuesday last. And so the man stood up in Africa, I think it was, and declared that the day of the Lord was on Tuesday at 4 o'clock or something. We should always be aware of lunatics declaring when Jesus is coming back. But it does feel, the times feel, there's no doubt, difficult. And in a way that I don't think we have known in our lifetime. But bear in mind that every generation would have felt a similar type of feeling. So we might be on the brink, but we might not. But what's interesting is that's what's happening to our own society and where we, as
Christian people. Some people out there listening are not Christian. But it was quite interesting looking at the response to this identity card thing and how I felt so extraordinarily anti the idea. And what was it about? What was it that really kicked me off? Certainly it wasn't Mr. Farage deciding to champion it, and definitely not. But it's a song that Bryn wrote 2 years ago. And it said, "We've seen fire, we've seen rain, cried the tears and felt the pain, but we never thought this would happen." And it was just a song that came to mind. I said to Sue, "Got to sing this tonight." Whatever people feel about that, other people going, "Oh, it's fine, don't have any problem with it. Nothing to hide, nothing to fear," all that kind of stuff. But it's a much deeper malaise than this. And so this song goes like this. We've seen fire, we've seen rain, cried the tears and felt the pain, but we never thought this could happen. We've known hard times and 2 world wars, thought we'd seen it all before, but we never thought this could happen. And from sea to shining sea, this land of ours is free. But now, be careful what you say. Though we've got what we want, we've lost what we had. We never thought this could happen. I guess at first they made us smile, feel good for a while, but we never thought this could happen. The foundations have all gone, and they say we're moving on, but we never thought this could happen. Yesterday we felt secure, but now we're not so sure. Things may never be the same. Cold, cold hearts and empty eyes. How could we believe the lies? But we never thought this could happen. It's so hard to understand the minds of other men, when just like them we want the best. Empty beds and photographs, memories are all we have, but we never thought this could happen. Yes, we never thought this could happen. Take that as you will. I think we're entering into very strange, uncharted territory. We thought it was uncharted before. We've got Trump doing what he does over the pond and affecting a lot of us, actually. And they get a cold and we sneeze very quickly, and whatever their way is. Anyway, I'm going to do a song for Take My Hand, Precious Lord.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to do one more song, and I'm going to come over to talk with my dear friend. Now, who was this for, Sue?
Not me. So this is for Veronica. So Veronica is a lady who is has been watching the show for, well, probably fairly on when we started doing this. And we are friends with her son, Nick, and her daughter-in-law, Natasha, and their lovely son, Caleb. And she was 80 a couple of weeks ago, and we recorded a message for her, and we promised her that the next time that we did a suitable show, that we would sing something for her. So, Veronica, this is for you, a special song for you, to say well done on getting to 80. And it's such a lovely song. I want to dedicate it to the people within the community, the people who are watching tonight who are struggling a bit. I know, Cindy, you're concerned about your stent going in tomorrow. I know, Liz, you are dealing with difficult decisions and times about your lovely husband towards the end now. And so anyone else that this suits, Carol Wadsworth as well, this one's for you.
It's for me too.
And for Jonathan.
Yeah. Difficult week this.
Difficult week.
Few weeks, but
difficult few
difficult
weeks.
End of the week.
Yes.
And life throws up stuff, and questions that we start asking about ourselves, which I'm going to talk to Chris about. As we reach our ages and age and stage, we attend more funerals than we attend anything else, and start to see our own end, I suppose, our demise, and what it looks like. But I remember sitting. This always takes a story. This one. And sitting right here. Actually,
virtually where you're sitting now.
Yeah, where I'm sitting right now.
It was when there was a sofa, not a piano.
That's right. There was a sofa here, and I was watching on the TV in this room. I was on my own, 1 o'clock in the morning, Sue had gone to bed, and I was facing a certain demise with the kidney. We didn't know what was going on. And I watched a Gaither gathering, these American singers, and often I listen to them for the harmonies. I love the Southern harmonies, gospel harmonies. And they were singing this song, Precious Lord, Take My Hand. It was a black singer who was singing it, so moving. And I was overwhelmed with it, started crying. And I had this feeling, this is weird for people who are listening who are not Christian, but even for those that are. And I just had a very strange sense that God was saying to me, I'm holding your hand. And it was I could see in the garden, and I just had the vision of him like he walked with Adam in the garden, it says in the Bible. And that sense of fellowship, that sense of being with you. And that's what I pray for you lot out there tonight. And particularly those who are struggling, really struggling with either end-of-life care or threatening diagnoses, with loss of jobs, money, troubles, all of these kind of things. We hope that this song touches you. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Where my way grows drear, precious Lord, linger near. Where my life is almost gone. Hear my cry, hear my call. Hold my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Sing me, precious Lord. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on. Let me stand, I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm worn. I am weak, I'm worn. Through the storm,
lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. When the darkness appears and the night draws near, and my day is past and gone. At the river I stand, guide my feet, hold my hand, take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Precious Lord, precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand, I'm tired, weak and worn, I am tired, I am weak, I am worn, through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light, take my hand, oh, take my hand. And how you're feeling right now, just say, take my hand. Take my hand, Lord, and lead me on.
That was lovely.
One more song.
One more.
I think it's "The Lord's My Shepherd."
Oh
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you think it?
Yeah.
And then we'll have a little break and. Sorry. Oh, that's a good one. In fact, why don't you do that one then? Okay. Let's go right time.
We're going to sing a song now, particularly for Lou Day and her family. It's very sadly, Lou's dad, Roy, died this afternoon. He's been very poorly for a long time now, but even so, it doesn't help you when you actually get to that point. So we pray for you all, we care for you all, we hold you in that time of grief and sorting everything out. And you wanted a country western song, and we thought that this one would fit the bill, but at the same time, bring comfort.
I haven't got the words, so I'm just going to search them now. No, don't think. But I just go.
I'll give them to you again.
You got them? There we are. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have the backing track for that one, Rachel, shall we? Go Rest High. I know your life on earth was troubled, and only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the rain. So go rest high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a shouting love for the Father and the Son. how we cried the day you left us. We gathered around your grave to grieve. I wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. So go rest high on that mountain, Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven shouting love for the Father and the Son. How we cried the day you left us. We gathered around your grave to grieve. I wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. So go rest high on that mountain, Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven shouting love for the Father and the Son. Love for the Father and the Son. For the days.
Yes, for the days.
I think it's time.
It's time, is it? It's time for me to have a little chat with my notices. Notices part 1. She says promising. It's okay, we'll have that one. Hello, everyone. Well, I'm going to have a little chat with you about our away days that we've got coming up, because now we have 2 coming up. It's very exciting. So the first one that we're going to show you is the one that we're going to have up north. We've not done this before, so this is... Oh, no, that's not that one. Okay, that's fine. I'll tell you why, Rachel, leave it where it is, and I will talk about this one. So this is, we are going back again to St Catherine's, Parmore. We've had 2 wonderful, wonderful times there. So this is taking place on Wednesday, the 19th of November, and you can go there and stay the night before. You can stay overnight and stay until after the show and after the day rather, and be enjoying yourself, having breakfast with everyone on the Thursday. So you can do whatever you want. But it's a wonderful day, and we've had such fun in the past. So as you can see here, places are first come, first served. I know that there are some rooms available, not very many, but there are some rooms available, and certainly spaces on the day. So please let us know if you're going to be coming, and it will be wonderful. And yes, we'll have lots of fun together. So that's on Wednesday, the 19th of November. Now, the northern one, the northern division, as it were, is going to be at Thornley. So Rachel will have that one. There we go. Northern Away weekend, people. It's not just one day. It's a whole weekend. So, again, places first come, first served. The places are going quickly, so that's wonderful. But please don't, this one, we will be there from Friday, the 24th of April. And although it says there's Sunday, I've been talking to Jane today, and she said most people are booking to stay until the Monday. So we're going to say that it's Friday till after breakfast on the Monday. You have all your meals included, plus time with each other and time with Jonathan and I, and it's going to be a fabulous weekend. And if you only want to come till the Sunday, you can do that. We can sort that out. But basically, we're going to be doing Friday the 24th to the Monday the 27th, and you can take that Sunday out, or Sunday evening out if you want to. So it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. So make sure, if you want to do that one, you need to contact Thornley directly. Jane and the staff are expecting calls from you, so just ring up and say, I want to come to the JV weekend in April, and they will help you with the rest. How exciting is that? And I am going to, what am I going to do now? I'm going to change this. I think I'm going to change this to these two.
Well, thank you for that, Susan Ann.
That's all right.
And I can only say, get that the Thornley is right on the seafront. It's a lovely place and lovely people, and they're lovely staff. The food is absolutely 5-star. Make no doubt about it. It is
glorious.
It's a reason to go.
It is a reason to go, actually, because the wonderful staff in the kitchen, he was a chef on a cruise ship. Well, as you know, cruise ships, not that I've been, but cruise ships are meant to have fabulous food, and the food is
stunning.
Fabulous. It is worth it.
So
it is a real holiday. Okay, it's a real treat.
It is.
And Sharon, you said something about they didn't know the cost of it. She will know tomorrow. So I'm going to ring her up tomorrow, and I'm going to finalise the cost with her. So
okay, so they're coming. So panic not, everybody.
No.
Panic not, Sharon. The cost is coming. Remember, we're doing this on the fly a lot, and then the hotel is lovely. Jane is going with it and designing it around us. But we really recommend you go there because it'll be a great week. Lots of singing, lots of participating. You'll be expected to participate as well if you want to. There'll be a kind of an open mic night.
Open night mic.
And bring your swimming trunks. No, don't bring your swimming trunks. There's no swimming pool.
No. But there will be time to be together, time to have
eat,
fun.
And go out. And who
out.
knows? Who knows? Rachel will probably take you to the Barrow Furnace where the royal Port of Barrow. All right. Who can?
Anyway,
enough
poor
of this.
Chris has been so patient.
Chris.
Lovely Chris.
Welcome
Chris.
back, dear boy.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
It's lovely to have you. And thinking back to all those years ago when we met, feels like a lifetime, doesn't it?
A very, very, very long lifetime.
Met with, it was Rupert and Sarah. Going up to it was in the Lake District in Cumbria, and we met them there with their bugs.
Correct.
And from there, they were invited to lunch, and just luncheon, no less, because they're quite posh people, really, aren't they? I mean, they're quite posh,
yes.
And we're just slobs, really, as you've seen this afternoon as you came in. You saw the ketchup on the table. It was all kind of very,
It was, yes.
It wasn't really kind of. It's not the stuff
not
of
quite
lunch,
what I'm used to.
No, exactly. And but they're dear friends of theirs, and it's I don't know whether they're watching tonight, are they?
They might well be.
Might well be. Well, if you are watching tonight, Rupert and Sarah, you're lovely people, and your devoted and lovely wife, who's I think she's about at least a third of the size of us, equally, and she got told off. I understand, if you're listening, I've heard about the peanut. He's been eating peanuts.
That was said in secret.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's all out in the open now, mate. There's nothing here now. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. No more peanuts.
No more peanuts. I can't live without my peanuts.
You can come here for a peanut if you know
Oh,
again.
right.
We'll give you. You sure haven't got a peanut allergy or anything?
I don't seem to have.
No.
No.
Right, no, I know. No, you've got to eat 15 bags before something
Yes.
really terrible
Well, I'll
happens.
try. See if it works.
I know, but yeah. But apparently there was a peanut that was arrested the other day. He was assaulted.
Dear.
I don't know. I don't want to do this. Anyway, Chris, I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about you because you're such the most interesting person. When you first came on here, you absolutely staggered us with your raconteur-like behaviour. I was expecting you to just talk about your books, but you started talking about your past, and that is as interesting as the books that you write, isn't it?
Well, you have to be careful about getting me started on things like that. But
I do. Well, let's get you started. That's what we're here to do, to get you started, Chris. So, how did you get started? I mean, writing is a particular thing, isn't it? I get the impression you've never really had a real job, have you? Kind of.
No, I can't do anything else. I thought, I don't want to go into an office. I don't want to do 9 to 5.
No.
Started off in a bank.
Oh, tell us about that. That was always a funny story.
Bank.
Yes.
And I was there for 3 weeks. And then I was called into the... Well, no, after about the second week, I went down... I had to sort the checks from A to Z.
Yes. Oh,
so I spent the whole day, A to E, E to K, whatever it was. And then I went down and took the checks to the cashier downstairs. Yeah. And it was a very sweet girl. She looked over the counter. She said, you know, if you're really good and keep your mind on the job, you could have my job in 3 years' time. And I thought, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I just can't do that. So I was called in to see the manager 3 weeks later because he'd just got back from on holiday. And he said, welcome to the bank. Sorry I haven't been here to see you. You know, I hope you have a long and happy career with us. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
To become a Formula 4 driver, wasn't it, at that time?
To become a racing driver, yeah. Yeah, well, but it's a career path.
It's a natural career.
It's a natural career path,
I think people often go from bank manager to Formula Ford. And Formula Ford is different from... Formula 1, isn't it?
It's where you start. You got Formula Ford, Formula 3, Formula 2, Formula 1.
So did you stay at Formula 4?
Yes, I did stay at Formula Ford. Yes.
Why?
That wasn't very good. Well, I wasn't bad. I actually came 7th out of 100 in the Formula Ford Festival, which they hold at Brands Hatch every year.
What do you mean you came 7th and you didn't carry on with it?
Well, I didn't carry on with it. Well, I was living... They played a very nasty trick on me because I was living at Lambeth Palace at the time, which is the Archbishop of Canterbury's home in London.
That's the one.
And they called me up on the stage to give me a prize. And they said, oh, yes, and here we have Christopher Winn. Now, where do you live? I said, Lambeth Palace. Do you know what your prize is? It's a year's supply of Penthouse. No, I'm not. So there would have been on the mat, and the Archbishop of Canterbury's front mat would have been a year's supply, not even in a brown envelope.
Just open.
Just open there, yeah. So
you never saw it again, did you?
Never saw it again.
Never saw it again.
No, never saw it. So I
Sorry,
did
it disappeared.
I have a little word with them afterwards and said, please no. You know, this is all
Hilarious.
very funny and everything. Very hilarious, yes, yeah.
Oh my goodness! So that didn't go down too well, right? So and you're now. I must just say that you came early to cut my grass because for those of you who don't know, I have torn the two rhomboids. Is it two rhomboids in my right shoulder? I'm going for treatment again tomorrow. But she said to me, "Oh yes, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks before you can do anything with it." And I thought, I did my leg. You know, I couldn't do the leg because I had the operation on the leg. They have the cancer removed or whatever it was. And so I thought, okay, you came and cut my grass then, but I've never seen, ladies and gentlemen, I've literally never seen the grass cut as well as I saw it cut then.
Well, can I just say, Jonathan prides himself on how well he cuts the grass, but he was very, very, very impressed.
It was a bit like being with Mark Edwards, Sue. You know, like remember in the Bible it says Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands, and it was like it's like the difference between a Porsche and an MR2. You know, a Porsche isn't an MR2 isn't bad, but next to a Porsche, it's no good. And when I saw you, he cut the grass because you were the grass cutter.
I was the grass cutter at Lambeth Palace, yes. I used to cut the grass there. Had a lovely little red wheel horse tractor that I went up and down on. And I was, I have to say, very disappointed when I came here to find that I actually had to push.
It's got a gear. To be fair, it's got a gear.
It does have a gear.
So
yes.
you can, that for me, that was luxury. As soon as I got that, and I wanted one of those sit-on ones. Sue said, "Don't be stupid." I think it was something like that. It was something like "Don't be stupid." I think that's generally, that's the little response I get.
That's what wives say.
By the way,
yeah.
just absolutely, can we have your comments, please, about the new interview chairs on the chair with? What do you think of these? See, look at these. Charity shop, everybody. Charity shop, cheap nasties. They were getting rid of them. We took them. I saw them in there. I always have a look at the charity shops. I'm terrible for charity shops. And these were matching, and I thought they're wonderful. They do go. And we're all in black here.
Yep.
So, it's all very good, isn't it?
They probably can't see us.
You're on the screen at the moment. All the people can see your arms.
Here I am.
That's why they're cheering.
My eyes. Can you see those? Here we are. Look at that. All right. But cutting the grass in Lambeth Palace, your dad was the bursar there, and I've asked you this before. Was it your attitude towards faith, and when you first came on here, I think for the first time you came out and said that you had faith, and it wasn't something you had kind of talked about in public before, because in our business you tend not to. But I think actually, I've tried to encourage you to be bold about it. Do you know, the best thing is just to go, oh, well, I am. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. It's the kind of, you have to. But in the society we're living in now, it's really tricky, isn't it? The
trickier it gets, the more determined I am to actually acclaim it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's it, isn't it?
I think it is. It makes you stronger.
I do feel this. I feel that we are being challenged.
Yes.
But living in Lambeth Palace with the Archbishop of Canterbury, did it make you any... Oh.
Gareth has just asked, is there a liturgy for the grass cutting at Lambeth Palace?
No, but if you'd like to write one, that would be terrific.
Oh, that's really good, isn't it?
That would be terrific.
Lord of the Grass. Rather the Lord of the Dance. I danced on the grass when the vine began. I danced in the then I cut it a bit deeper, and I cut it again. I am the Lord of the Grass, said he. No, it's cut then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Grass, said he, and I'll lead you on wherever you may be. How about that? This is kind of a sung.
That's right, yes.
I think you could write one. Eric, can we stop getting distracted? I'm talking about faith here, and he's talking about grass cutting liturgy. Because did it affect you in any way? Did it leave a lasting impression on you, being in the Lambeth Palace or not?
Not really, because I already had my faith, and I was given my faith by my parents, I think, and I was also given my faith by. There are 3 people I've known in life who I've absolutely adored, and one of them was a chap called Basil Guy, who was the Bishop of Gloucester, who confirmed me, and. At that age, I thought Christianity was all about hair shirt and lisps and, and being rather wet and all the rest of it and being goody and all that. But then I met the Bishop of Gloucester, and he enjoyed his wine. He enjoyed a joke. He had an eye for the ladies in the nicest possible way. But, he was a real human being. And I suddenly realized a Christian could be a real human being. And that Jesus had a sense of humour, and Jesus enjoyed a glass of wine, and that sort of thing. And I suddenly thought, I can do this. I can do this. So I already had the faith, but it confirmed it for me.
Yeah. I like that, but I mean, it's quite interesting having come from that background. One that did you attend a lot of services when you were there or not?
Yeah, well, they had services in the private chapel there all the time, which I tended to do, which were gorgeous. I mean, they were gorgeous because it was so old, and you had the room just up there where Cranmer compiled the prayer book, and you had Matthew Parker buried under the altar, and you just felt it was magical.
It was Reformation.
It was Reformation, and it was wonderful to see the Archbishop of Canterbury actually giving a service rather than being the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Yes.
And so, it certainly strengthened my faith. It did nothing to destroy it, but I could also see the politics behind it all, which was fascinating.
Yes.
Nobody wants to become Archbishop of Canterbury because it's a political position.
Appointment. So when you see right at the moment with the disaster that ended up being Justin, Where do you think the church will go with the appointment of the next one?
I just don't know, but I hope they go back to being, a Christian church.
Yes.
And worrying about Christianity and the Bible and giving comfort and faith and that sort of thing, rather than going into politics and talking all about.
I think that's, it's an interesting thing, because although the church is about justice, of course it is, and let justice flow like a river and all of that kind of stuff, and we're there to make commentary, I suppose, but essentially we're not party political. And I think the minute we become party political as a church, that's where we lose ourselves. And we're not about that. I've always, my private politics, I very rarely share. I don't share on this. I share my concerns about where we're going with things. You and I might share a view, but on this and in my public life, and certainly within the church, I do not say, to be a Christian, you must, or how could you be a Christian and vote this? I know friends who say that. Yes. How could you be a Christian and vote this or that, the other way? And I saw a commentary the other day about just that. But for you, as a writer, did it? You didn't talk about it because within the media world, we are told not to, aren't we? We're told,
yes,
don't
we don't do God.
We don't do God. That's Blair. Yeah, it was told, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Alistair Campbell.
Alistair Campbell.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, one of the things I like to think about my writing is perhaps why I was guided into writing is that my bedroom at Lambeth Palace was converted out of the study of Archbishop Cranmer, where he actually compiled the prayer book. So I like to think, which I think the prayer book is the most beautiful English language there is, and ever will be. And I just like to think I absorbed some of that, and it made me want to become a writer.
To be understood of the people, wasn't it? That was the same one who he wanted everything to be understood of the people.
That's right.
Line.
Yes,
the Bible should be understood, and but that's fascinating.
But the richness of the language,
legacy for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
okay, let's talk about that writing, because I think for me, your writing is a cross between extraordinary interest and extreme pedantry. I mean, I love that. I think that's.
Thank you.
If I can just call it that. But you see, we're fascinated by pedantry.
Yes.
We love to collect facts.
Trivia. It's trivia. So the joy of trivia.
How did you? Where did that journey start? Where did you start to write this? Just explain, because you've written a series of books called
I Never Knew That About England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales.
You can
whatever.
check it out right now if you're online now on your other phone, your whatever other device. Check it out now. I Never Knew That About Chris Winn. All right, and it's got a whole series. I think 15,
16 now. Yep.
16,
and writing a new one.
And that's what we're going to hear about. But where did you start with that?
Well, my first car was an old Morris Minor, one of those with the split windscreen.
Yes.
It was a gorgeous car. But it couldn't go very far without overheating. So I could never go on the motorway or anything. I would take the country roads so that I could be sure of getting there. And when it started to overheat, I would pull in and let it cool down for an hour or something like that. And while it was doing that, I just used to wander around, see where I was. And it's extraordinary, wherever you are in this country, however mundane or bizarre it might seem, there's something there. There's a house behind a wall, or a house behind a hedge, or a church, or an old prehistoric ruin, or something. And something has happened there. Every little corner has a story. So I began to think, I wonder what happened there. I wonder who lived here. I wonder who was born there. I wonder how old this church is, and that sort of thing. And I just started to pick up stories like that. And I found them fascinating. I mean, they are trivial stories, if you like, but they're fascinating stories.
Always.
And also to stand in a place where somebody came up with an idea that changed the world, or wrote a song, or came up with a poem, or something like that. To feel what they felt, to smell what they smelt, to see what they saw, and wonder how that's going to affect me. If I could come up with an idea that would change the world or something. There's a wonderful spot just outside the village of Wadesmill in Hertfordshire. Right next to the road, there's a little cross, and it's where a chap called Thomas Clarkson was coming back from Cambridge, where he'd won an essay talking about slavery, and he wasn't particularly interested in slavery, but he'd won the prize for slavery, and he was coming back and he wanted to rest his horse. So he's stopped by the side of the road. And as he sat there, he thought, if what I have just written about slavery is true, then we must do something about it. It must be stopped. And that, to me, is the moment. I mean, there were lots of anti-slavery movements going on, but that epiphany, I think he then determined for the rest of his life that he was going to stop slavery. And there's that little spot, and if you just sit on the grass where he sat with his horse,
you imbibe that.
You imbibe it. You really do it. It's one of the most magical moving spots I've ever sat on, and that sort of thing I love.
Beautiful. That is just that's the kind of that's the kind of thing I love. Just to say to everybody, if you've got any questions that you wish to ask Chris at any point about stuff in your area, do you know stuff, just any questions you have for him, then just write in now. Sue's going to be taking any questions you have. Okay, she's ready with the pen, and we can go on. But it's those little you see, one man's trivia is another man's major story,
yes,
isn't it?
Indeed, it is.
And so for when I share the story of sitting by the piano, that moment for me is as real as if it happened the other day. I can remember. I get very emotional.
Yeah.
It takes me back to that point, that spot, which is what your books do. Every page you turn, you come across it. You go, oh my goodness! Oh my word! I didn't know. Oh, that.
Well, the first book, I Never Knew That About England, which is really took us off. Made us take off, which was wonderful. There was a DJ called Sarah Kennedy who used to do a morning show on BBC Radio 2, and somebody sent her in the book, and she started reading out of it, and she said, I'm having more replies about this book than anything I've ever done on the radio, and people were writing in saying, oh, I remember that, I was there, that sort of thing, and it took off after that overnight, which was absolutely wonderful. It's one of those sort of breaks that you can't budget
No.
for.
And actually, if you anything to do?
Yeah. David Hicks has just said, just back from a holiday in Suffolk, Snape and Aldborough. Oh. What should I have known before I went?
Oh my goodness me.
Snape and Aldborough.
Snape. Well, I mean, they're obviously famous for their opera, out of it. But Suffolk is what we all think of when we think of the English countryside, because it's the countryside that Constable painted, and it's the most beautiful, bucolic countryside. It's gentle, but it's very, very English. And Suffolk, I think, is one of my favourite counties. And it's unfortunately under threat from all these wretched windmills and electricity substations.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. They're going to drive it from the North Sea down towards London through Suffolk, Norfolk and Suffolk and Essex.
Type of area.
Absolutely, yes. Which is devastating. But
and there'll be no stopping that, I suppose. Actually,
well, they're trying to stop it. I mean, if we can last out long enough, then it probably will be stopped.
Dear me, there's the problem that we therefore have ethically about progress, isn't it? That you comment on the past, and yet we do live in a society where things move. I always say this, church, for example, the beauty of a 11th century church that we went in, I went in the other day to sing a funeral in, is great, but not fit for purpose for modern day worship, for people and communities. Has no toilets, has no, the pews are so uncomfortable. I know we say, well, people in the 11th century, well, they didn't stay long, did they? They were in and out. But if you want a longer service, you can't do it. It's cold. It's damp nearly all the time, impossible to heat. So to modernise it, if people go in, I mean, what do you think about that? Are you a real kind of leave it as it is and don't touch it?
Yes, I'm with William Morris on that. Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings. Don't. Yes, I mean, make it habitable. But I think if you modernise something too much, you destroy the faith of it. You destroy the feeling of it. You destroy the atmosphere. If you think of the simple faith of the people who, A, built it and then worshipped in it, and how they used to whitewash all these churches and get rid of all the medieval paintings and that sort of thing. So I adore ancient churches, and the more ancient, the better. I do completely understand that you can't have a congregation going in freezing.
No,
you know.
No, we've had that. We've done that.
Absolutely,
many times.
yes. But I think, you know, the church has enough money to keep these churches running properly.
But it doesn't choose to, does it?
Doesn't choose to, no. No, it chooses to spend it on bureaucracy and things instead.
Yes. So, any...
Yes, another one from John Bowen. Any stories about the plague village of Eyam?
Oh, that was a wonderful plague. Now, I can't remember the exact details, but when the plague came to the village, they actually cut themselves off and didn't let anybody into or out of the village. And they used to take boxes full of coins down to the river that went round the village and leave it there, and then other people would come up and leave food for them and that sort of thing. And they'd have services in a rock chapel that because it's on the edge of the moors up there. And there's this beautiful little rock where the preacher would stand and preach and everything, and it's the most wonderful example of selflessness. And Christian selflessness,
Yes.
Because the plague had come up in a box of clothes, I think, that had come up from London.
Right. Oh, was that it? Is that how it reached?
Yes, I think that's how it reached there. And
It was a flea in
it was a flea.
the
That
box
was-
of clothes.
That's absolutely right, yes. And so as soon as they realised, the poor person who opened the box died fairly quickly. And I think they lost half the village or whatever. But it's the most beautiful village to go there. And again, that has a special feel to it. You can imagine them doing, if you go up and see the rock where the preacher stood and gave services, outdoor services. And it reminds one of COVID, of course. It's because, you know, nobody was allowed in, nobody was allowed out. And so, but they did that voluntarily.
Yes. Rather than imposed.
Actually, that reminds me, when you were talking about COVID, you know, when you went for a walk, you had to go round people. You weren't allowed within 6 feet of people.
6 feet, yeah.
We just got our dog then, a rescue dog, about 5 years old. And we taught her to walk round people with, 5 feet away.
Yes.
Absolutely. And now whenever we take her a walk, she
does
still
5 feet.
solemnly walks 5 feet around people who think she's being terribly aloof, but actually she's just being...
So getting back,
Yeah,
I quite like this idea. We have history and bits of history, which is what you're looking for, isn't it? You're looking for you're not just looking for bricks and mortar. You're looking for the stories behind the bricks and mortar. Would that be fair?
That's absolutely true. In fact, I'm doing a project with the Guildhall up in London, where we're going around the Guildhall and looking at the statues and the stories behind them and everything. And there's two ways of doing it. You look at the bricks and mortar. That's one way of looking at it. And then you look at what... The way to put it is if these walls could talk.
Yes.
And the stories these walls
Could
have seen
tell,
and
yeah.
absorbed and could tell. And whether you can pick that up. I mean, it's like a haunted house or something. There are some places you can pick up the atmosphere and you can pick up the absorption. And I think it's fascinating to combine the two. I mean, I'm just as fascinated in modern places if they have a story behind them. Simple things like the biggest or the tallest or the whatever.
Yes,
I love
you
all
do
that
often,
sort of,
in the books.
Yeah.
For those of you who've got them, and those of you who haven't got them, could you please go online now, have a look at them on Amazon, because is that the best place to get them?
Yes. Well, anyway, all good bookshops. All good bookshops. But Amazon
Waterstones
certainly.
are having their own particular feacher of you, aren't they now?
Well, we're actually rebranding the series, rebooting the series, which is wonderful
Which is
news, and
fabulous.
starting in Wales, along with Waterstones. Yes.
Wow.
In
That's
conjunction.
fabulous news, you know.
It is. It is.
You've gone through a difficult process, haven't you?
Well, yeah. Before COVID, the book stopped. My editor retired, and then COVID came along, and obviously that sort of, and so it's been difficult for 4 or 5 years because I love doing them, and it was my income. apart from anything else.
There's no
And
other
then
income apart from
suddenly, they've started again, which is wonderful.
So, was that to do with you write for the Telegraph too, don't you?
I write for the Telegraph, which I enjoy doing. I write travel articles for the Telegraph about green belts that are being built on and that sort of thing.
Yes. So you're quite. I'll use the term activist in a very mild way.
In a mild, and a nuanced
non-paint
way.
throwing kind of way.
A nuanced way, hoping that people can make their own minds up.
Yes. But that thing you're quite when talking to you, you're quite adamant about that. You're quite adamant about the past and the value of the past, and that if we lose the past, we lose ourselves.
I think we do. I think because we're here because of the past. We are what we are because of the past. And, you know, there's lots to be proud of. There's lots to be ashamed of, but there's lots to be proud of. But also, history is so fascinating. It's colourful. It's rich. It's exciting. It's adventurous. And I think we all need that. We all need to know what people who came before us went through and what they felt and all the rest of it. Because everything they did and felt and saw and created is why we're here as we are today. So you can't detach yourself from it.
I mean, what do you think? Because I often think this with we are. Sorry, I'm joggling around, Sue.
You're when you look back on this, you'll be seeing yourself pulling your head round.
Well, no, I'm pulling my head round because of the muscle. I'm trying to stretch. I tend to think of us as being, you know, we have experienced 80 years without a war.
Yes.
I mean, we've had the Falklands, but I'm talking about a world war. I'm talking about a war that threatens, you know, imminently. Everybody who's anybody is saying there's going to be a war in the next 3 to 5 years, and it's going to involve us.
Which we thought would never happen again.
We thought this would never happen. Remember that song?
Yes, I do.
You know,
it's a brilliant song.
What did you think of that song?
I loved it. I mean, brilliant lyrics. I mean, you know,
well, we've lost what we've got what we want,
yes.
but we've lost what we had.
And isn't that
just
so
get
true
that,
of life?
That little trip, that little couplet. It works, doesn't it?
We lose sight of the things that we actually have.
Yeah.
Because we're always looking at what we want.
Absolutely right.
And it's never what you think it's going to be.
No, and that drive towards war and more, to avarice, to having everything. I'm really, as I'm getting older and as I'm seeing, maybe that's what it is. As you're getting older, don't you start to see the value of the things that are around you that are not to do with buying? I mean, and I don't think we're bothered about buying stuff. We're not talking about clothes or any nonsense or watches or, you know, I have a watch. I've had it for 20 years.
And it's, I have to confess.
You like watches, do you? Oh, right. Okay. Well, okay. So that's your weakness. But you're not at the cutting edge of fashion, are you? You're not really.
No,
I mean, you know, nor am I. No. So we don't care about those things. But what does matter, and I think that's that song, and I think what Bryn captured there at the age of 73 years now, 73, 74, is what is it we've lost? Yeah. And what are we losing? And each day that comes, and this I mentioned about the Brit card because it's something that is close to my heart from a non-political point of view, just from a simple freedom point of view of who we are as Brits, and we don't need another bit of identification to prove who we are. This country
created freedom with Magna Carta onwards and all sorts of different things, and to think that I do not intend to justify myself to the state.
No.
The state should justify itself to me.
That's an interesting context.
And I think it's just not British for a start. I don't care whether that sounds pompous or not, but it's not the way we do things here. Because this country's never been a dictatorship. That's why they have ID cards in European countries, because they're all coming out of dictatorships of one form or another, and they're a sort of hangover from that. And I just don't think that I want to be monitored. I want to be, and it's a slippery slope. Once they've got that power, as we saw with COVID, they will use it, and they will extend it, and they'll get mission creep.
Exactly. And I remember saying this to the ex-Prime Minister, David Cameron, and he was talking about something, and I said, yes, you say that now. He said, oh, there's safeguards. And I said, no, there won't be safeguards. In another 5 years, those safeguards will be gone. The same as in the assisted dying bill, the same as in the abortion bill. It's all fine now. They say, oh, to garden this. You only have to look at Canada or any of the places where it's been operated. And this is where this slippery slope idea, from my standpoint, it's not political. It certainly is religious, I will say. From a Christian standpoint,
I totally agree.
I am standing firm on this. Then people may disagree, and they can disagree. They're hearty. You can disagree as much as you like. That's great, and it's good. But I will be promoting what I believe are Christian values, and so the idea of what Theresa May talking about assisted suicide is what she called it, And I thought, yeah, that's what we both said. It's assisted suicide.
And abortion up to the final term.
Up to final term. What are we doing? What are we saying? And so actually, I think your books, coming back to your books, what they do is they look at the past. They try and preserve a little of the past, and they say, look at yourself in this. The slavery one is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful example. I think one of the strongest. I haven't read that. No. And it would make me just stop.
Yeah.
And think about humanity.
It made me stop, I must say.
Tell us about the new book. Where are you going? Where have you been? Or what is it you're writing about? Because you've got a deadline soon, haven't you?
I've got a deadline. It's got to be ready by the middle of October.
My goodness, man.
I know.
What are you doing here?
Not quite.
Wasting time.
May just say, forgive me for my hair, but I'm not going to cut it till I finish the book.
Oh, is that what you said?
That's what
I could take a razor. I've got a razor inside.
No, it's like Samson. I don't want to get rid of it till the book's done. But it's Devon and Cornwall, which are wonderful.
Devon and Cornwall.
I know, which everybody loves Devon and Cornwall.
Okay, tell us some wonderful stuff. Come on.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Well, I mean, there's trivial stuff like, did you know that Devon is the only county in England that has 2 separate coastlines?
Does it?
Well, yeah. North Coast and South Coast.
Of course it does.
Yeah, separate. Cornwall is joined up.
That's so weird, isn't it?
But I mean, it's just silly little things like that.
Yes.
And the other, did you know that Dartmoor, Steven Spielberg thinks Dartmoor is the most beautiful place on earth? He was filming Warhorse there, and he just said,
right.
Yeah, and he said said that's the most beautiful place. And did you know that?
Is that like? Did you know? Come on.
Truro Cathedral, which was the first cathedral to be built on a new site since Salisbury in 1220, was where they had the first 9 lessons and carols.
Oh my goodness!
It was invented or created by Edward Benson, the first Bishop of Truro, and he gave the first service of that in a little wooden hut that was beside where they were building the cathedral, because the cathedral wasn't ready. And there was a hut with they could only fit about 40 or 50 people in it, and that's where the first...
You know I do love you, don't you? I love this stuff. I think it's just... So 9 lessons and carols started in a hut.
Start in a hut.
In a shed.
In Truro. In Cornwall. Yeah, absolutely. And...
How about Tavistock?
Oh, Tavistock. Well, it's a lovely old town. And it's where Francis Drake was born near. And the old farmhouse... The old farmhouse where he was actually born, it's dilapidated, but it's still there. And they think they've worked out which room he was actually born in. I can't remember. It begins with C, the name. I can't remember it.
Strangely, well, I just tell you now, I went back to where I was first born. Have you done this? Have you gone back to where you were first born?
I haven't, because it was in South Sea Hospital.
Okay,
Really,
well, I went back and I saw this place. And I stood on the other side of the road, and I thought, oh, this is fantastic, lovely. And I eventually plucked up courage, and I went over, knocked on the door, and I said, excuse me, because I saw the bedroom I was born over there.
Wow.
And there was my sister's bedroom there, and my parents were at the back. And I knocked on the door, and I said, excuse me, I said, sorry to interrupt you this afternoon, but I was born here, and I was born up in that bedroom on the left. And, we had many Christmases here with the family and all of that kind of thing. And I just wonder, the garden, so many happy summers spent there. I wonder if it's okay if I come in and come in and look around. And eventually, reluctantly, after a long time, my parents let me in. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you that one for nothing.
Was that Tavistock?
No, it's just a joke.
Anyway,
Chris.
Question.
Let me draw you back to what you're here for. We just had a question. Did you know that Cornwall is the only county without its own daily newspaper, its own motorway, or football league side?
No. Well, I knew it didn't have a motorway. I thought Suffolk didn't have a motorway, but I may be wrong there. But No, so that's going in the book.
Okay, who's that?
Yes.
I would ask for some royalties.
Who's that?
Absolutely,
That was
absolutely.
Gareth. Gareth.
Gareth. He's Welsh. What would he know? Anyway, I mean,
Well, Welsh
spends
and
his
Cornish.
life down there.
Welsh and Cornish are very connected.
They
They are very
Are they?
connected.
What?
Yeah, Celtic.
Just-
Celtic,
over
yeah,
the
Celtic
water.
connection. Yeah.
Absolutely.
water.
And a lot of there was a Welsh king called Brychan. Can't say it. Brychan, I think.
Oh.
And lots of his sons and daughters became saints and went down into Cornwall. So there's all sorts like St Cleathers and St this and St that, which are all sons or daughters of a Welsh king. So
is that right?
there's a lot of Welsh in Wales, and there's a lot of Cornish in there's a lot of Welsh in Cornwall, a lot of Cornish in Wales. Yep.
When you go to seeking out these, do you go intent? Do you go on a kind of a trace a map and then go into places? What do you? How do you do it?
Yeah, I get a sort of framework of I find some stories and go to those places. But once you've gone to a place, you find a whole lot more stories and they take you elsewhere. That's what I love, is going to one place for a story and then finding myself going to the next place, which leads you to the next place and the next one.
Yes.
And that, I find that utterly fascinating. And I do find when I'm writing, I sit there and I think, oh my crikey, I never knew that.
Yes.
Which is where the phrase came from.
Oh,
You can't help saying, oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, I never knew that. Yeah.
I
I get why it became the title. I do. I really do. And it just it grabs me every time as a title. And I think people, and I'm going to say it again, get out there, look at Amazon. I never knew that about. And what did you write? England, Wales, Scotland.
England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland.
So you covered the province then.
Yes,
in
covered
Belfast.
northern. Yep, absolutely.
Okay,
northern.
they're out there in the hospital listening to this now. Right, what is there? Give me something weird about the province.
I knew you were going to ask that. My head's full of Cornwall, but I do remember that the drive along the Antrim coast is the most beautiful drive in the world.
It is.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I do remember that my favourite whiskey is Bushmills,
Yes,
which
beautiful
comes from
place.
the world's oldest licensed distillery up in Northern Ireland. Yep.
Goodness, okay.
And I do remember
We
that-
stayed there. We stayed right there.
Did you at
Yeah,
Bushmills?
right in Bushmills, yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's the most beautiful place.
It is,
It's
stunning.
really a beautiful place. Game of Thrones was filmed mostly in Belfast. Did you
Was
know
it?
that? Yeah. There's a big hill just outside Belfast where they used to go up every day and film the outside scenes and things.
North Belfast, up at the top.
Yes, up at the top. I can't remember what it's called. But
I
it's,
didn't know that.
yeah. So, and they did a lot in the sort of the big Titanic. There are big sheds
Yes,
where the Titanic
yes,
was built.
yes.
So that it's been turned into film studios and
Because the
things.
Titanic held a lot of there's a lot of kudos. Well, kudos. I don't know
Yes.
whether it's kudos. I don't know what you.
Oh, I
were
think
they both
so.
built there? Were they both the sister ship as well? The
I think
Star.
I think what was it
what was it,
called?
the-
Yes, but they were both built there. Yes. What was it called?
What was it
But,
called? Somebody come up quickly. Get the
Steve's on, so ask Steve.
Steve. What was the other ship called? What was the other ship called? The
sister
sister
ship.
ship of the Titanic. It was the something Star, wasn't it?
No, that was a White Star Line.
Was it White Star Line?
Like-
What was it?
But what was
So,
the other ship called?
Quickly, write in.
Oceana?
Ocean. That does sound about right, doesn't it? Because that survived and the other one didn't. But they were both built there.
They were both built there, yeah, and they were very well built. It was because
yes.
it was pure bad luck. It was nobody's fault really. What happened?
Anyway,
But
if he's still on. But anyway,
He just replied Cave Hill. So what was that to? Cave Hill?
oh, Cave, that's right.
Yes.
That's the hill I was thinking of.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Well done.
Cave.
Yeah.
Well, you see? Thank you, Steve. You see, you're right there. And I hope you will be listening from now on to the show on a Sunday night, Stephen. And how's he doing, Sue?
He said he's wrecking his brain trying to remember. Oh, Britannic.
Oh, the
Oh,
Britannic.
that's right.
Yes.
That
That's
makes
it.
sense.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done,
Well
Steve.
done.
Excellent,
That
excellent.
was Al Duncan that said that.
Oh, right. Oh, well done. Al.
Or possibly the Olympic. Was it the Britannic or the Olympic?
Britannic. You see, we were thinking it's the Ocean.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
anyway, whatever.
Oh, it might have been.
Or the
Well, anyway,
Olympic.
it could have been
Oh,
the
right.
Olympic. Yes.
I think it was the Olympic
Yes.
Olympic.
Could be.
because Al's corrected that and said no, I meant the Olympic.
Yeah, okay.
I have to say, occasionally, I put a deliberate mistake in the
Oh.
books.
Oh, hold on.
Occasion-
You
oh.
do you? Oh, you.
Have you found another answer?
No.
Occasionally, I put a deliberate mistake in the books because it gives people such pleasure to write in
point out to you that you've made a mistake.
That's what I say. That's what I say.
Look, let's just we're going to wind up. It's 10
I'm
minutes.
afraid, yes.
Crikey.
I know. I look at this. We wanted to cover. Well, we covered ethics. We've covered brick cards.
We've covered Essex. We've covered Norfolk. We've covered. Yeah.
We have actually.
Is there anywhere that you've not written about? That was one question that people wanted to ask.
Not in Britain. I've written about everywhere in Britain. I haven't done I've done Yorkshire and the Lake District, and I'm now doing Devon and Cornwall as the more concentrated ones.
So you're working your way around.
No, we did Scotland, which was wonderful. We went up to Scotland for 6 weeks in a camper van, just following the sun. It was gorgeous.
500? Did you do the 500?
No, it wasn't. This was before the 500, but we did it before it was known as the 500.
Yeah.
And there's a wonderful one in the southwest corner, Wigtown and Kirkcudbrightshire and places, called the Southwest 300, which doesn't have everybody on it. Like the 500 is so overcrowded now.
Yes, it
but
is.
if you want to go in Scotland and see the most beautiful part of Scotland, one of the most beautiful parts of Scotland, which is all beautiful.
The
Southwest 300. So that's the Southwest. So if you go up and then turn left off the motorway, go through Dumfriesshire.
Yeah, down the lowlands.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh gosh, we love it there.
There's high mountains there. There's the Merrick, which is pretty high, over 2,000 feet and things.
That's worth thinking about, isn't it? Doing the 300 rather than the 500.
Yeah.
And it's more accessible.
It's more accessible. It's easier to get to. It's quite gorgeous. It's very interesting, and nobody really knows about it. So you have it to yourselves.
I didn't know about it either.
Except we won't after this, because
no, everybody will go up there. They'll all go up there. The whole community will be up there.
I do get that occasionally when I write in the Telegraph about somewhere. I say, "This is the most gorgeous place. Why did you think of going to here instead of so and so?" And they write and say, "How dare you!"
Yes, it's what SatNav has done for little villages, isn't it?
That's right.
The quickest way through, and they're narrow roads.
40-ton lorries.
Exactly, they're going through because it's a cut through.
That's right.
But the book comes out when? And
the book will come out in the spring.
Devon and Cornwall.
Devon and Cornwall will come out in the spring.
But for Christmas time, we want them to. When is the launch being made of the other lot? Do you know the relaunching of the other books?
I'm not quite sure yet. That's still undergoing work in progress.
But you can order them online. They're
yes.
very available.
Devon and Cornwall is already online on Amazon.
Is it?
Yeah, which no pressure there.
What? It's advertised as coming up.
Yes. It says,
my goodness.
you can pre-order.
So pre-order Devon and Cornwall, get it done, and I guarantee these are fantastic books for people for Christmas.
Yes, somebody just ordered 3 for Christmas.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
Thank you. So,
your wife,
have you done Poole or Dorset or anywhere like that?
Yes, yeah. My sister lives in Dorset, so I know Dorset very well. Wonderful county. I haven't done it individually, but it's in the England book and the English book, and the coastal England goes all around the coast. So there's the Dorset coast, the Jurassic coast. So you'll find Dorset in quite a few of the books.
And you'll find people. What you do is what Sue and I did when he gave us the Thames, because he did a fantastic little book on the Thames where you trace it from the source, the original source, rather than the alleged source, and you take it all the way through. And we just picked out where Sue used to go to church in Laleham.
Can I just say it's where we were married, my darling?
Oh yes, where we were married. Sorry, I forgot that little detail.
It wasn't just where I went to church. It was where we actually
got married. It was 82. I'm an old man.
A long time ago.
Remember, I've been put out to pasture now, more or less. We've been put out to. But you see, this is it. Yeah. We're not dead yet. In my title of the thing, it was a difficult week for me because of finishing and being told that we've got to finish something, and I thought, oh my goodness, I loved having the students here reminding me that we could still give.
Yes.
That we were able still, as older people and older men.
Yes.
You're older than I am. Obviously, you're a lot older than I am because I'm very young. But but actually, that we have something to give. Is that your feeling too?
It is, and I think the young actually are beginning to appreciate that. I think maybe my generation didn't appreciate it, but I think the young generations. I never forget. Was it VE Day or one of those days celebrating, and there were lots of old soldiers around. And I will never forget, there was an old soldier standing in Hyde Park, because we'd been to see the Queen and Buckingham Palace or whatever. And he was surrounded by young people, mainly girls, but young people telling them stories. And they were gripped. They were mesmerized. They loved it. And it touched my heart, that.
Yeah, I thought, it's very moving, isn't it?
Yeah, very moving.
And that's why I think there is hope. within a world that is corrupted, and politicians, nearly all of them, are corrupted from the top down. There are a few people that are good, but often their motives are not pure. What we do see, though, is we see a lot of good people, ordinary people, who still look after people, who care for people.
Yes.
Those unsung heroes in our society. And I find them all the time. When we were up in Manchester, we found them there. When we were in Scotland, we found them there. Every concert we go to, we find these people who are doing things selflessly for others and giving. And so actually what I find with you is you're a kind, gentle man. Your wife, who does all the etchings, beautiful artist. The etchings are just beautiful.
Yeah.
You're just a lovely partnership. And so we thank you for, we're blessed for knowing you both. And I think people, as they order the books, order them in profusion. Get them. Just order them for friends. Order them for yourself. Read it first. Then pass it on. Just make sure you don't crease the pages. Make it look okay. But I'm serious about this. So you've just before we go, you've written about England,
Ireland,
Wales,
Scotland, Wales, English, Irish, Scottish, Yorkshire, the Lake District, the Thames, coastal England. There's a quiz book.
Christmas. Christmas special.
That's a Christmas. That was a different book. That was a book called Christmas, which is all about. Which is really, I never knew that about Christmas, but it was done for a different publisher. So, yeah.
And there are three or four others.
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
they're
out there somewhere.
Just go and look at them, find them, and order them, and you will be great. I tell you, I sit on the loo often reading them. They're a loo book for me.
They are loo books. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah,
because I remember, the books I used to take to the loo to read. They were my favourite books.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and you can. I think it's what's lovely is that you can just sit there. And I think Sue and I, we're our little push to stop our grandchildren having devices and mobile phones and swishing and mobile devices in general. Is that what we're going to try and do? Is from now on we won't take, instead of taking the phones in to loos, where you start scrolling. Take a book again.
Take a book. Absolutely.
Put books in the. We're going to put books in the thing again. And your books will be absolutely up there on the top shelf, mate.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you in here as always.
Likewise.
You're a joy to have in, and we will continue our discussion once all this is over. I think we should finish and go home.
Okay. Well,
we're home.
6 minutes to go. So
have we got Go Peaceful? Did you put it out there? I don't know whether you.
Yeah, we got Go Peaceful.
Have you got Have you got the words? Because you didn't put them.
Yeah, no, I've got them here.
Because I sung at a funeral yesterday on Wet Friday, and they wanted Go Peaceful after the committal, it was great to talk to the life we shared of Pat Turner we did a choir thing there, and then that was about a week ago. And then we did.
You did
David Austin, who was a friend of ours, a policeman, who then worked for the Christian Police Association. John Bown, you may well have known him, worked on the Lewis Pallow missions up in London, and then he became a Baptist pastor, and then he became an Anglican priest. And he's done it all, and he died recently, very tragically, very quickly. And I was asked to sing a few songs at his funeral, which was very beautiful. And the other thing to tell you all is, those of you who may or may not know him, Eric Delve, the very well-known character, but evangelist, a man who loved God with all his heart. I worked with him for many, many years, and he died about a week ago Thursday. And we'll be up. Those of you who want to go to his Thanksgiving service, it'll be at 12 o'clock in St Luke's in Maidstone, in Kent. If you want any details, if you'd like to come to that, then please ask us and we can forward the information to you. But I'll be going up there to sing at both of the services. And so you'll be welcome at the 12 o'clock one at St Luke's in Maidstone for Eric Delve. I think I'm going to sing a song and then we're going to go. Have we got the words for Go Peaceful?
Yes,
can you remember them?
I've got the words for Go Peaceful.
Thank you. I can't remember them.
And they're here.
Thank you, my darling. I think, are you going to sing with me?
I will sing with you. Can I just say, we've also got some... I'm
going to get up.
You're going to get up. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, just a second. I'm just going to tell people Shows coming up. We've got the 4th of October at Gosport. And then we've got the 18th of October. We're up in Chesterfield with the Bounds and lovely people up there. So looking forward to seeing people up there. So don't miss that opportunity to meet up in Chesterfield on the 18th. And then at the end of November, we've got the 29th of November with the lovely people down in Cheltenham. So that's going to be a great Christmassy type of evening. So that's the 29th. So that's the 4th. The 18th of October, and then the 29th of
And
November.
I just say to you, am I on camera?
You are.
Let me just say, if any of you want a sudden and a quick concert with me in November, I've got a space that I would like to do, another one if I can. And we were supposed to be doing one which we lost. And it would be lovely. If you'd like me to come to your church, even at this short notice, we can get something organised, do an audience with JV, and invite your friends, and we can have a great time. You'd like to contact us, contact Sue directly, then we can do that for you. Be delighted to do it. Sue, just let me cross over in the camera now, so you cut me out, will you?
I don't think I can do that, but never mind.
I don't want to. Am I going to
just get up and walk over there? They all know that you walk around the room, so that's fine. Thank you, Chris. We really appreciate that. That's wonderful.
Enjoyed it.
I'm just going to take that.
Here we go.
There we go. There he is.
Go peaceful in gentleness, and Sue's going to bring the words with her.
Mm-hmm. Is there a...
There's a microphone.
Okay.
You can use this microphone. It's the one behind Rachel. I'm sorry to do this to you if you're still on. Just test this 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise...
Okay, Rachel, am I right on this one? I hope so.
Otherwise, you can join me here.
I can't. Doesn't work.
Sorry?
That doesn't work. Hang on.
Just grab his. Grab his mic. That's it. Push the camera. You've just adjusted it. Why doesn't that work? Right, here we go. We'll be going over as usual. But hey, we had a nice evening this evening. And we had a lovely evening. Hope you've enjoyed it too. Have they enjoyed it?
They seem to have done, yes. A lovely show. They've enjoyed it very much.
Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways. Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known, my love.
So use this opportunity just to remember people that do need praying for, and just gently for P and Rachel. And I'd like to pray for my mother too, actually. She's had a bit of a difficult week, but things are looking up. So, Mum, lovely to see you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Obviously for Steve, for Cindy tomorrow, and for anyone else who's
And for
feeling
Robert.
poorly,
Oh.
and Robert as well.
Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. I think we'll end it there, Rachel. After we've got that one, let's not go into the last one. But the Lord bless you and keep you. Lord, make His face to shine upon you and give you His peace. And the Lord turn His face towards you and be gracious unto you. Thank you so much, Chris, for coming in. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
God bless you, and we see you very soon. Is it
Very
next
soon.
week?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
Can't remember.
Whatever. We see you soon. God bless you, and thank you, Rachel.
Bye. On the
12th. It's on the 12th.
Thank you, Rachel.
See you then.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.